Hey, what's going on, everyone? Moose here. And I want to ask you guys a serious question. Have you ever heard somebody make a comment about a budget product and say, I would never trust my life to that? I hear it all the time. And I'm telling you, it's mostly not true. And we're going to talk about that coming up next. All right, so here's the thing, right? I have in front of me a Bear Creek Arsenal upper. I hear this and I see this all the time in the Bear Creek forums, the Palmetto State Armory forums, the Delta Team Tactical forums. I would never trust my life with that subpar garbage. Well, I am going to step outside the box and say, you're wrong.
Hey guys, I just wanted to interject because I realized that I said something in the video when I called everybody out and said that you're wrong. You're not wrong to make the statement that you made. However, I truly believe that deep down inside, many of you are misled or misguided in the statements that you make about budget-friendly firearm equipment. There are many people out there, lots of my friends on YouTube that are also gun tubers, and even including myself, with some of my other Bear Creek Arsenal stuff and Palmetto stuff and Delta Team Tactical stuff, and a lot of the budget stuff, Daniel Defense, just a lot of the cheaper, if you will, budget friendly. I don't want to say cheaper because they're not built cheaper. Bear Creek Arsenal is built right here in the United States. There are other companies out there that don't even manufacture here in the United States that many people flock to. So just keep that in mind that I'm sorry that I misspoke about you guys being wrong, because you're not being wrong in what you're saying, but I think you're being a little misguided and a little misled by listening to a lot of the snobby gun people. And I'm hoping that this video kind of clears up a lot of that, because we are literally going to show you guys from box to building it to taking it out and shooting it. If we have a problem, we're going to show you how we resolve it and get this thing, and we are going to shoot thousands of rounds through this thing, and you guys are going to be able to see that. And I'm going to keep it real. I made it very clear to Bear Creek Arsenal, but I am going to keep it real. If we break apart, okay, we broke apart. We're going to replace it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to show you guys maybe even any upgrades that we might do. But, not everybody has $10,000, $5,000, even $4,000, even $3,000 or $2,000 to go out and buy a personal defense tool or a hunting tool or just a tool in general. So, all right, back to the video.
You are wrong. There are just as many issues with every AR out there that there are with any of the ARs out there. And the number one thing is understanding your AR, understanding maintenance, understanding building, understanding a lot of different stuff. So, is a Bear Creek Arsenal trustworthy to protect yourself with? I'm here to tell you yes. And we're going to prove it. And you guys, listen, anybody could say the statement that I'm about to make. But I'm going to be honest with you, and just like I always have been, that's why you guys come to my channel. I'm going to be brutally honest about this entire setup. And we are going to show you from start to finish what I do with any AR upper or any AR or any firearm for that any firearm that I have. I do the exact same thing. I go through it, I make sure it's functioning, and then we go from there. And it's no different with this AR upper that I have here. So, full disclosure, I did contact Bear Creek Arsenal, and I said, look, I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to once and for all put a stop to the are they garbage? Mine doesn't work, doesn't function, it doesn't shoot, it doesn't this, it doesn't that. And we're going to show you straight out of the box. I'm going to take this thing. I'm going to clean it like I do any other gun that I get. It doesn't make any difference to me. We are going to lubricate it, make sure that it's ready to go. We will put this onto an upper or a lower, and we will take it out and shoot it. I'm working with another company that's supplying the ammo for this, and we're going to give them a huge shout out soon enough. And we are going to take this thing out. We're going to load up magazines, and you are going to see the first shot through the end. And anything that happens, we're going to discuss if there is a stoppage. We're going to discuss why did that stop, how to resolve the issue, and how to make sure that that issue doesn't come back again. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, I don't care if you're shooting arrow. I don't care if you're shooting, you know, any of the big guys, any AR. You can have an issue, and if you don't know how to address the issue, then you're going to make dumb trolling comments about they don't work, they suck, they blah blah blah. And when all it takes is a little bit of knowledge to get past it. So once again, full disclosure, this was sent to me. I picked the caliber, I picked the upper that I wanted. I told them specifically, do not do anything to it, just send it to me off the shelf. So I did. I picked a 16-inch 223 Wilde side charging because I'm going to be honest, I kind of like that, and we're going to discuss that along the way as well. But this is the upper. Full disclosure again, I did pull it out just to examine it, but I have not taken it apart. It has never been put onto a lower. It has never been fired. This is exactly the way that it came in the box from Bear Creek Arsenal. So we're going to start from the beginning, and I am going to show you what I do with every single upper that I receive. All right, so first things first, we want to take this thing apart so that we can clean it. So with that being said, we need to dig into our fix-it sticks here, and we are going to get our Allen keys out, run one. And we're going to take this now on a side charging. This is different than a traditional top charging. You actually have to remove the hook here that actually charges it. We also have to unscrew this back here. This is going to allow the bolt to actually come out. So we're going to drop this handle off the side here. And that was good. That had a good amount of tension to it. And you can see this is just a place to put your finger and rack this. Now the bolt should fall out or come out. There it goes. There it goes. So now you have a bolt. And you can tell, look, this is packing grease. Look at the grease on my hands, right? This is packing grease. This is what all good gun manufacturers will do. And why do they do that, you say? Well, there's a reason that they do that. And the reason that they do that is so that if they sit on a shelf or, you know, you buy it and then you store it, it's basically storage grease. That's really what it is. I did forget to grab one of my cleaners. Stand by. I'm going to keep the camera rolling just so you don't think I did something that I shouldn't have done. Where's it at? It is around here somewhere. Stand by. Oh, there it is up there. Okay. My shooter lube solvent. Shooter's lube. Why do you use shooter's lube, Moose? I use shooter's lube because it does a really excellent job at cleaning all this junk off of there. So we're going to pull our pin out here. We're going to drop this out the back here. Come on, firing pin. All right, firing pin's out. Now we're going to drop that out, pull our bolt out. Right now we have our bolt pretty much disassembled. You know, there's a little bit more, but in the meantime, we're just going to spray this stuff down with some shooter's lube. And all this is going to do is just clean all that junk off. And actually, I got to get some more shooter's lube. If shooter's lube is watching this, man, I could really use a good sponsorship from you guys. We're gonna spray it down inside there, back in here. We just do that, like I said, to get all the junk off. We're gonna actually put this over here too. We're gonna put that on there, and we're just gonna utilize that. Now, everything else up in here, you know, we can grab another rag here. If I can find another rag. Boy, my bad, guys. I was not prepared for this. I should have been. There we go. I got another rag. You know, the inside of this, I am going to spray it, but overall, it's generally not something that I spend too much particular time on. But I do just want to at least make sure that it's clean of the packing oils and greases that come along with these. And you can see, I mean, it pulled a good amount of black off. And that is literally just the storage or packing grease, whatever you want to call it. And that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. All right. So coming into these other pieces, I'm just going to pick these up one by one. We're going to wipe them down, get all the junk off of them, just to make sure that they're in good health. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to check these pins up here, or these nuts up here. I just want to make sure that this is nice and snug. They're actually, if you look at them, they're actually staked. So you can see the impact marks. So they actually tightened them and then staked them. So I didn't notice that in the beginning. So good on them, because that's really what we want to see, to be quite honest with you. Because we know that those things should stay relatively tight in there. We shouldn't have any real issues. Like I said, we're just going to go through and finish wiping all this stuff off. And you can see all the stuff that's coming off with them, which is excellent. We want that stuff off of there. I'm going to show you why here in a second. And like I said, this has never been fired, at least to my knowledge. They may pre-fire these at the warehouse, which, okay. I don't really see any remnants of it, but it is possible. So, take all these, nice and clean. Even our little cotter pin, make sure that that's nice and clean. My dog's losing his mind out there. My son just got home for a long weekend. So, all right. Okay, we got that done. Now we're going to take this rag and we're going to flip this over. And we're going to lay all these parts out. And I do the exact same thing for every single gun that I own. And I know you guys know what's coming next. The ceramic shield is the next step for me. Right, this is my go-to product of the year. If you guys have never checked out Ceramic Shield, definitely go check them out. They have amazing stuff. All right, what'd I do? What'd I do? Oh, it's got a lock on it. Boy, do I feel like a fool. I honestly didn't even know it had a lock on it. I must have bumped it when I didn't notice it. And we're just going to spray all these parts all the way around. Now, Ceramic Shield, let's discuss this for a second. And I really want to make a point of this, is Ceramic Shield is a nanotechnology, if you will, that literally bonds to the parts in your firearm. And it basically ceramic coats your parts, like ceramic coating on your car, or the stuff that you can add to your windshield, or any of that stuff. So it's quite literally lubricating, cleaning, and protecting all in one step, which is super awesome in my opinion. I do use the shooter's lube for cleaning solvent. I've just found that it works extremely well, and apparently you can drink this stuff and not die from it. Not that it would, just joking. But Just kidding, you can't drink it. It actually says right here, mixture is combustible. So probably not a good idea. But either way, step one, step two, that's pretty much it for me. On occasion, if I have a firearm that's just a little sticky, I do like the Lucas gun oil. I do. The Shooter's Lube gun oil works well too. You know, just like a drop or two, just to kind of give it that little bit of extra. But overall, I mean, this stuff really does an outstanding job on lubricating and protecting and giving you that just that extra added protection, right? Just kind of makes it, everything just work better. It really, truly does. Check them out, Shooter's Lube. And if you go there, I think you can use code Moose, I think. But, so anywho, so in this video, I'm really just going to talk about what I do to get the firearm ready. The next video that you see will be us taking it out with our new ammo sponsor, which I'm super excited for. I'm just waiting for the ammo to get here, and then we'll drop a short on that, and then you'll see us out at the range. But keep in mind, guys, I'm being 100% legit and real, and when I say that I am not going to shoot this gun. I'm not going to do anything else other than what I'm doing here. And once this is done, it literally, the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to shoot it. And it'll be in a separate video. So, all right, now that I have these parts protected, I just want to go through the rest of the upper itself. And we're just going to set these parts aside. I'm not going to worry about re-putting them together. It's no real need for that. But we are going to drop this this handguard off, and we're going to do that just to check our gas block, right? We just want to make sure that it's not loose. We don't want to have a failure up there because that'll give us a failure everywhere else, right? If the gas block comes loose, you know, and it becomes extremely undergassed, it may not cycle properly, and that wouldn't be a fair assumption to say that Bear Creek Arsenal sucks if it was just a loose gas block. You know, assembly is not meaning that it sucks. It just doesn't make any sense. And anybody who tells you otherwise is a fool. You know, this, like I said, this is something you should check on any gun. You know, you could have any manufacturer that accidentally forgets to tighten up a gas block. It is possible. I don't care who you are. So, you know, it's silly to say that, you know, a gun company sucks because you chose not to check and make sure that these two bolts right here are tight, which is shame on us, right, for just not checking. The other thing that we want to make sure of as well, well, I guess I'm still wrong. I don't have the one I need on there, so let's pull it out of here. Nope. All right, where are you at? What size do we need here? It's going to be one of these. It's not that one. Might be this one. I got it in here somewhere. There it is. So we're not going to put a ton of pressure, but I just want to make sure, and that's snug, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, that one barely turned, and I'm not going to go any more than that. I definitely don't want to strip it out. My pin is set well. Everything else looks tight. My barrel nut feels very tight. I mean, I don't feel any wiggling. I can see the spacer in there, which is good. So, one thing I'm probably going to do on this is replace the handguard. I like a different style of handguard. It's nothing against the Bear Creek Arsenal. It's just I have a particular handguard that I really enjoy using. It works extremely well for me. So eventually we're going to migrate this thing into that. But overall, I mean, this thing is in great shape. I don't have any issues. Everything was nice and tight the way that it should be. So You know, those are the things that everybody should check on any upper that you get from anybody. Is you should 100% check to make sure that your upper, your gas block is tight, your barrel nut is tight, and that it looks like it's holding up in great shape. Now, when you put your bolts back in your handguard, I highly recommend not torquing them down right away. I would put them in just nice and loose, so that way you don't come across one that is actually not lined up, and you can then at that point tighten them all up at the same time. So yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna probably paint this the new handguard as well as this upper, just to kind of give it a new look. We just want to make sure that that's nice and lined up on the top, right through the backbone there. Once it is, then we can come back and just give these a final snugging. You do not have to wrench these things down hard. And I'm telling you, if you do too much, you will strip these bolts out. And then you're going to be like, oh man. And then you're going to have to chase it with a tap. Or you're going to have to drill out your bolt because you snapped or stripped it out. You don't want to do that. These do not have to be super tight. Okay, so all right, so there you guys have it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else to this. I'm probably going to pull a bore snake through it just to clean the barrel, stuff like that. But we'll get the bolt reassembled, put it all back together, and God is my witness, I won't do any shooting until you guys see it next on film. And then from there, we're just going to keep moving forward. We're going to put about 100 to 200 rounds through this thing in the next video. And we're just going to go straight, just shoot. And like I said, if something happens, we're going to stop. We're going to address the issue. And we're going to talk about why it did what it did. Right? Is it undergassed? Is it overgassed? Is it, did the extractor break? I mean, these are all the things that a lot of people are like, well, I think that's, well, we're gonna really do this ourselves. So all right, so let's put this to rest once and for all. Bear Creek Arsenal, would you trust your life with it? We're gonna see, but I can tell you all the other ones that I do, absolutely I would. So we're gonna try it with a 223 Wilde, and we'll do that in the next video. If you haven't already, do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Like 80% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Now, does that really hurt you to be subscribed? No. Does it help me? Yes. So if you guys appreciate what I'm doing, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, be good to each other. God bless.